I'm with the voice of the Seahawks, the great Steve Raible, who graced our studio on a studio that's named after him for 38 years. This has got to be one of the highlights, though, of your career, no?
Well, obviously, meeting and working with you, Gary, was the highlight. But then beyond besides that, no, this is terrific. You never know how many of these opportunities you're going to get. You know, a Super Bowl. This is our fourth. So to be able to broadcast this and now win the second one, it's just so much fun. And it means more the older you get, because you just know they don't come around very often. It's been 13 years since, or 12 years since the last one that we won. And so it is really a treat. Sharon, my wife, got to come down and be at the game. She sat right here in section 111. And, again, how many more of these opportunities you're going to get? So for now, we're going to enjoy the heck out of it. And then August will be here before you know it, and we'll be talking about some new kids and maybe some new coaches for sure. And listen, that's the nature of the beast in the NFL.
And they're going to run it back, and this time the dark side is not going to be the dark horse anymore.
That's right. What a group that defense is. I mean, they were so spectacular tonight. We talked to Jaron Reed over here a little while ago, and he said, we knew it. He said, every day, he said, we go into practice starting in the mini camps and training camp and all that, but he said, we knew what we could be. And he said, we just kept working on that and building on that every single day at practice. I asked him, when is it that the players know so much about this that they can take over from the coaches as far as we can police, we can do what we need to do? He said, every Monday. The players take it upon themselves. They know what they need to do to get ready for that next game. When you've got a group of guys like that, led by Leo Williams and Jaron Reed and Chen Nwosu, you've got a winning combination, and that's what this team is.
But, Steve, this team is, other than those guys, it's so green and young, and yet they seem so poised.
Yeah.
You know, they walked out of the locker room, even the guys smoking cigars, they were like, I knew we had this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's unusual, no?
It is unusual. But those young guys have fallen in behind the older guys who have set the example for them. Listen, I was a rookie in this league, so I know a lot of veterans don't take rookies under their wing. You know why? Because they look at that guy and say, he's going to take my job one of these days. These guys, what they say is, that kid, take a Nicky Memori, for instance, he can help us win a Super Bowl. So we are going to teach him everything he needs to know about being a great NFL football player. And to a man, to a position, that's what this team has done all season long. And you just don't see that often. With this combination, it starts at the top. It starts with John and Mike. They foster that and then make that happen throughout the team.
And a 38-year-old coach in his second year also seems so poised. The whole "we did not care" thing, people questioning it's an offensive league, they hire a defensive coach. It looks pretty genius now, doesn't it?
Oh, my gosh. I mean, I don't know that anybody could have imagined this. I don't know if Mike could have imagined this really in 2 years. But he is so focused on what to do to make this team great. And John was right there with him. Okay, what do you need? What can we do to make this team better? Remember a year ago, halfway through the season, they jettisoned the 2 inside linebackers. They made changes that all of a sudden everybody kind of went, whoa, what are you doing? He knew what he was doing. John knew what he was doing. And so when you got a guy like that has that kind of belief system, understands the game, knows how to get the best out of players, then you're talking about, long-term success. I think everybody will just settle for one night of partying success and then fly back in one piece tomorrow and then start all over again and get ready for August.
One last question. You and I both covered 11 years ago that parade and in the duck boats, and it was freezing cold, 1 million people. Does that ever get old?
Never. I have told Gary so many people that was the most amazing moment I think I've ever had. And not because we're in a boat and some people are looking and waving, but it's what we saw from inside the boat and what the players saw. It was 1 million people of all ages, genders, beliefs, colors, all a part of our community. That was the best part of that celebration. And I know those guys who carried the Lombardi Trophy, the Doug Baldwins and the Marshawn Lynches and those guys, they saw it. They saw what I saw. And it made me so proud of our community. And also proud that teachers let kids out of school, one way or another. So I'm looking forward to another great parade. It's just so special. It doesn't happen often, so let's really enjoy it.
You can't get 5 people in Seattle to agree about anything.
No.
You get 1 million people to agree about this.
Yes,
it's
yes.
a good start.
What's not to agree on? I mean, I was getting a text today from my good friend Rick Riz, who got 5 or 6 outs away from the World Series, and all he's doing is saying congratulations, great job. You know, here's a guy that has spent his entire life trying to get to that point, but he understands, he knows when he sees it, how important for the community that is. Yeah, for the organization, sure. But you heard Jody standing up here. 12s here, 12s all over the world. Congratulations, because they were a big part of this. And Mike will tell you the same thing, and so will John Schneider.
Thank you, Steve.
All right,
we'll see you at the parade.
Yes, sir. I'll be there.
Back.
I think. I haven't gotten the invitation quite yet. They may have me driving one.
Send him the Evite, guys. Come on, get on the stick.